Hey guys, Galucia here, and today I am bringing you more of my Civ 5 playthrough. And as you may or may not recall, where we left off was with a little bit of a beating. I was getting the beat down from Ethiopia, got kicked out of, how would you say that, Lhasa? Lhasa? I don't know, whatever. So, it is what it is. But he also had like 5 naval vessels, like all up right here in this this little bay area or whatever. And I just sunk one with a sub that we just made. The rest of them seem to be kind of like running and backing off. So I'm basically going to be, I'm going to make a few more subs. And the whole idea, the whole premise behind everything that we're going to be doing right now is, well, first of all, I'm going to start working on some railroads. But I'm going to be using the subs to patrol the waters and look for any enemy vessels that could be coming into my area. And that's basically what I'm going to be working on. And then as far as the cities themselves go, I don't need a ton of vessels right now. What the hell is this? 3 gold, 2 culture, and 1 happiness from every castle. Huh. I don't think I've ever had that before. It's one of the new ones. Okay. Anyway, for the most part, if I don't have something terribly important to build, or something really easy to build, like this stable, which will help with, increase my production a little bit, and it only takes 2 turns, I'm going to be working on defensive buildings and just bolstering my defenses. And now I'm basically to the point where I've decided to just hunker down. I pretty much almost 100% own this continent. Obviously, the only thing that's left is 2 city-states, one that likes me, one that doesn't. So I only have one actual, like, real enemy on this continent, and they're not really, city-states aren't usually an aggressive threat. Like, I'm not worried about them taking my city, Kano, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I would necessarily worry about. So, things are going good defensively. I need more defensive units, but I also would like defensive buildings, and just to have the cities themselves have more of a defense to them. So that's basically what I'm going to be working on, and that is really cool because I just recently got one of them, and now I got another one. So now we can get tanks, we can make the Pentagon. That's good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to continue with my patrolling of the water, and there you go. If you could stop moving for me, camera. I knew that this guy was patrolling around somewhere, so next turn I should be able to take him out as long as he doesn't move out of range. So that's basically the goal. We're going to be looking for enemy ships that are too close for comfort, enemy units especially, because obviously they're going to be trying to land, and we can't have that. Like this guy up there, I don't like him being there. So this sub's going to make its way up to the top part, and then I got this sub, which can patrol my eastern waters. Now, some people would, do a lot of auto actions. I like to manually control stuff, and I'm going to manually control these subs every turn, which slows down the action a little bit, but I think it's worth it because I'm going to make one more sub. I think it's worth it because that way I can be the one that's moving them around, that's seeing what's going on, and get a better idea of what's happening here. And everyone steals from me. I swear to God. That's basically the business, is defense. Defense is the name of the game, and the screen's just moving all on its own now. And I think I can do that. But again, I stated it in the last episode, and it's still a concern of mine, is that Ethiopia is... let's see, where do I want? I'm going to move them there. I think Ethiopia is going for a... I think Ethiopia is going to be going for a type of diplomatic victory. Ha! Suck it, Ethiopia. And I'm concerned. Oh, crap. That's the one I was trying to move this way. Herpaderp. Need to pay attention. And I'm concerned that he can actually get away with it. I think he's in a decent standing, and excuse me, he can actually pull it off and get a diplomatic victory. That's very possible. Geez, we're already getting more free tech. Well, I'm going to do this so we can get the Marines. So we're just one thing after the other. yeah, I think they're in good standing for pulling it off. And that's why I wanted to try to take them out, as it were, so that I wouldn't have to worry about that diplomatic victory. Now, it doesn't look like I can really do that. If since I've put myself in defense mode, there's no way I can do that. Now, if I wanted to switch to what? It told me to, it was like, hey, something of importance. What? Prague. Sure, why not? Because most of them I'm at war with, and the reason for that is most of them have sided with Ethiopia. That's what I'm concerned about. Prague is like pretty much the only one that's not an ally of mine or his. So I'm going to use my spy to work on Prague, increase my influence there, and get something, anything on my side. But yeah, I do have my concerns. I would like to have peace with him. If I can do that, my money's not too bad, 5,200. It's pretty strong. And I would like to try to steal one or two of his city-states, but I can't do that if I'm at war with him. I got to make peace with everybody. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. So, we'll see what happens. I'm in defense mode, so wiping him out is not going to work. And he's high. You, sir, are high. I was just about to say to myself, I think this turn I'm going to see what it would take to make peace. Obviously, what it would take is completely out of the question, so that's not going to happen just yet. Okay, so to catch you up, we took out, I think, 2 vessels that belong to Ethiopia. They keep kind of cruising the waters a little bit, and I just keep, pushing back, and so we're not having any major issues when it comes to that. I'm going to continue to work on the railroads, and my main reason for that is, I took out the trieme in one shot. The main reason for that is because it's good for defense. It hurts you in the money situations a little bit, but it's good for defense. It's good for business because you're. Let's see, where do I want to keep this sub where he's gonna be good at keeping an eye on things? There is a border here, and some city-states don't like me, so I think I'm gonna park him there, and that'll help me keep an eye on the situation to my north. I'm keeping him parked there to watch those waters. After I've done a decent amount of patrolling, so I feel like I've gained control of the waters, so to speak. So now I'm just finding good places to kind of park the boats, so to speak, and then just leave them so that I know that they're good. What's the difference between these? Atomic Era Unit, especially useful for embarking and invading across the sea. Okay, that's their difference, because they're slightly weaker than the infantry, but they're good for... Okay, I was just curious. I've never built Marines before. It's still something I haven't even gotten into. So anyway, so although the railroads are going to hurt me for the money, they're good for defense because you can move your troops around a lot quicker. So that's basically the premise behind that. So that's, like I said before, that's really what the name of the game is right now. We're in full defense mode. I'm going to start working on upgrading some units and stuff like that, but I'm working on constructing the Pentagon, which will dramatically reduce the upgrading costs. So we can wait on that. Also, once the next policy is in 8 turns, and the next policy we get, quantity of strategic resources produced by the Empire increases by 100%. All great generals receive +2 movement. That's pretty cool, but doesn't help me for the cost thing. But yeah, so I'm going to wait till the Pentagon's finished, and then we'll get to work on upgrading units, because we have gotten a lot of tech, military tech, in the past, however many turns or whatever it is. So that's looking good. I'm going to park this guy right there, and he's gonna get parked like right there, and then there's really no shady areas between them. I mean, a tiny bit, but not really a lot. So I feel like I've got a good line of sight now and my most important borders are protected, and I will be able to see them coming, anticipate an attack. If he puts troops in the water, they're gonna be in for a bad time. So that's looking pretty good. I think that's going well. And now I need to look at the tree here. I'll tell you what, one thing I never was able to build, I've never built one ever, is a giant death robot. And I would love to be able to build a giant death robot. Once again, I don't think I have enough turns. I think the only way that you can really build these is if you really work hard towards that specifically, and you get your science up pretty strong and so on and so forth. Or if you have the type of game that doesn't end in 2050 and it just keeps going until someone has a victory, just to try to get that. Because, I mean, otherwise, I don't know. And I highly, highly doubt, I pretty much know for a fact I'm not going to get the giant death robot in this gameplay, because there's only 40 turns left in the game. So it's just not going to happen. And that's okay. I have accepted that fact. But I've clicked the button because who knows? Maybe I'll get 18 friggin' great scientists between now and then, or whatever. Who knows? So click the button and you never know what'll happen. Whoa! 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 Okay. Hi. Okay, so see, this is what I'm talking about. I put that sub there for a damn reason. Okay, so that's good too, because aircraft carriers, that's no good. I mean, he could put all kinds of bombers and stuff on there and cause all kinds of trouble. So they totally surrounded my sub, and I already have almost completely taken out that carrier, and I'm gonna call for backup from the other sub up there for sure. So that's pretty crazy. And we killed a Persian spy in Vienna. That's awesome, because Vienna just keeps having tech stolen. So I'm glad that the spy there is finally actually getting some work done and killing spies. That's 2 spies I've killed now. Ethiopian spy and a Shanghai spy. Like, well, I've killed more than 2, but you know what I mean. Recently. Okay, so that's good. And then get them to work on the railroad. Things are going good as far as defense goes. It's going better than yesterday's video. I forgive you, sir. I don't know why you're yelling at me. That's the strangest apology I've ever received in my life. There's so many boats. Hi, boats. How are you? It's a lot of boats. Let's see. See, like, I moved. First of all, shouldn't put a carrier that... Oh, God, stop making me auto-select stuff. I will destroy you. Okay. I'm going to take the land ship, and they're going to be parked right there. Can't upgrade them yet. Got to wait for that, but I can park them. And then these dudes go there. Finish with all these productions and stuff. So I'm basically, Attila's court, for whatever reason, has kind of become my place to make artillery. They're just one at a time. They're just going to keep spitting out artillery, and then I'm trying to move this artillery to cities that I feel are in a danger zone. I don't know why he moved that carrier so freaking close, and I'm pretty sure that this ironclad is in range of my artillery, which is also very stupid. And he's got like all these older vessels here that a sub is just going to just instantly drop. So there you go. He's lost 3 vessels that turn alone. So he's not doing too good. I don't know why he decided to just send a crap ton of naval vessels to me, but the subs were a good call. They are paying off in a big way. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, so some significant breakthroughs here. First of all, the rest of his ships got taken out. I took one of them out with artillery, and the other one out with this very sub, which can now... Actually, he doesn't need to park that close to our landmass. He can move up one more so we can get a little bit better picture of anything that comes over. Obviously, this guy doesn't have any vessels that are really meant for sub detection and destruction, thankfully. But since he just had so much trouble with subs, you kind of have to assume that he is very aware of the fact that we have subs, and he's going to make some destroyers or whatever. You know, if I was him anyway, I would, try to prep up for the fact that, seems pretty obvious that there's a sub issue. So I kind of want to expect him to spit some stuff, like some destroyers at me and stuff. So pretty soon I may make a vessel that would be appropriate for taking out a destroyer. I'm pretty sure it's a destroyer. Most of my coastal cities are busy right now, though. But the other breakthrough is that Darius has completed the Apollo program, so it's obvious what he's going for. Having said that, I don't think he's going to get it off in time. It's 2014, and he just got the Apollo program done, which means he has a whole bunch of crap to build. Ooh, this is good. All right, that's awesome. Totally wiped out his navy, and he's made peace with everyone and everything. Now's my chance to steal some city-states. That's awesome. That is great news. I'm still going to park those there. They're not hurting anything, and they got to be somewhere, right? So we'll just leave them there. That's really good news. That is actually insanely good news. So I have now made peace with everyone and everything. That's awesome. Very excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to wait till next turn, though. We'll let a turn pass by. And an embassy. Wow, this guy is getting ambitious. He just all of a sudden wants to be my best friend. Tell you what, you wipe out one guy's navy. Pentagon. Yay. Okay. Attila's court once again spitting out artillery. I'm still in defensive mode. I don't, typically when you get towards the end like we are now, the computer gets desperate. And he's not the only one that, has the potential to be a jerk. There's a lot of craziness that can go down. And everyone will all of a sudden just start declaring war on whoever they think is going to win. So there's still plenty of time for things to just get out of hand. Failed to rig logo recognition. Sexually rig. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so now we're neutral with everyone, and Genoa wants Judaism, which I could totally give that to them. Where are they on the map? Okay. It's a little bit far, but I should be able to spit out a... Let's see here. No, not a great admiral. Why can't I buy a great prophet? Let me go to my capital. Can great prophets only come from the holy city? Possibly? Yeah. Okay. So it is, and so it shall be. Alright. Great prophet. So we'll work on them with the great prophet. And then there's other ones that probably... There's got to be someone that's just looking for money. What's they want? They want you to denounce Russia. I'm not going to denounce Russia. It's like my only freaking friend. Nah, can't do that. Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Okay, so most of these missions suck. And I don't really feel like doing any of those things. But I'm gonna see if I can buy my way into Prague. I think I can, because they're allied with England. But yeah, I think I can buy my way into Prague. How much influence is that now? 90? So that would be enough if they weren't already allied with England. So England might have more influence than that. Whoa, now all of a sudden these guys aren't very happy with me. How much gold did that leave me with? 4,200? Okay. And then Genoa, I'm going to work on, but I'm going to wait till I get someone over there. So let's see what I can do with Zanzibar. They have porcelain, which is something you can't get any other way than... Boom! Alright, stole them. Awesome. That's awesome. If I wanted to affirm this, I could do the diplomatic marriage. The thing is, I'm trying to make it so that there's... It's kind of weird with a diplomatic victory. I don't... If I keep him as a city-state, then he'll vote for me. If I turn him into my city, that's just one less vote. And then all the remaining ones will still vote for Ethiopia, but it's going to be difficult to maintain that alliance. Especially since I just had to spend thousands of gold, so now I'm my purse is a little light, but it is what it is. Okay, so we got Zanzibar, which is pretty cool, and yeah, so that's a good start. I'm just trying to get, if I can get my hands on at least, he's not very happy with me. If I can get just at like 2 or 3 of his city-states, I'll feel a little bit more comfortable about the fact that I'm not letting him just steal away a diplomatic victory. I don't want to just hand him the diplomatic victory, and Ethiopia has been a thorn in my side almost the entire freaking game. So I'm not going to just let him get away with murder, annoy me the whole game, and then take it away with a diplomatic victory. That's not going to happen. So I'm going to keep pushing him, but it is what it is. Okay, so what's this last thing? 25% production when building military units and okay. Pop, 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 bop, bop, bop. Dot, 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 dot. I think I'm just gonna do commerce. I don't think I need a whole bunch of military. There's not a ton of turns left, so I should only have enough time for one more policy, and that way I can get the one that makes that'll save me tons of gold. So right there at the end, I'll be saving gold, and I'll have that much more to work towards grabbing these grabbing up all these city-states to block him. And now Askia has completed the Apollo program. That's 2 different people now that have the Apollo program, but I stand by my statement. I think it's too late in the game for the Apollo program. I don't see them being able to build all the pieces of the spaceship that fast. They would have to have a fair amount of cities that can all work on it, and a very good amount of production. And at this point, there's no point in even trying to stop them. Like, if they're going to get it, they're going to get it. Like, it's not like I can attack them and try to, like, stop them that way. Like, it's just not, it's not going to work. So, Prague, they call for faith now. Awarded with the largest faith growth in 30 turns. Great. So, right before the end of the game. Awesome. Perfect. Jerks. Alright. So, let's see. I guess I'll just keep working on this whole railroad thing. You, sir, get into the water. There we go. So my goal for today, as we drive forward, and like I said, I'm trying to wrap up. That's good. Ooh, and a great engineer. Nice. Wrap this series up in time for Borderlands 2, which comes out on Tuesday. I love Civ 5, and I don't want you to think for an instant that I'm rushing through this or whatever. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm not trying to rush through this by any means. It's just that I really want to. When Borderlands 2 comes out, that's all that's going to happen. And I don't want to leave this series open without an ending. So I need to get it done. I will get it done for you. So that is exactly what's happening right now. And we're right on track. So my goal was to get somewhere between 2020 and 2025 by the end of this episode. But I also didn't want to get carried away with like 40-minute episodes and stuff like that. Just because I'm trying to get it done doesn't mean I want to get carried away with that goal of getting it done. So I don't think I'm going to get too carried away. It was the most powerful ranged naval unit in the game until missile cruiser. Okay. Fast late game ship, highly effective at recon, hunt down and destroy submarines, fights as a naval melee unit. Okay. So I think I'm going to build a battleship because I wanted to have a ship really good against other ships in case someone makes a ship that's good against submarines. Basically, have a backup. Trying to be smart about all this. But anyway, so I'm going to keep pushing for another turn or two as we get closer to the 30-minute mark for this video and try to give you as much Civ 5 as I can. And I think my goal for this video would be to get this missionary to here. To here. By the end of the video. But that's going to take 6 turns. So I don't know. Unfortunately, their embarking is not the greatest, and they are not moving super fast there. You know what? Museum serves no purpose, because I just realized I'm only getting one policy before the end of the game. Anyways, let's do a stock exchange. Could always use more money. Let's take a look at this while we're at it. Still got our 2 allies. And I think I'm going to pour 1,000 gold into Genoa now so that they're my friend. So when I send them some Judaism, it'll be that much more influential. Okay, so Ethiopia had a spy in Zanzibar, hurting my influence there, made them a friend. I just gave him 1,000 gold to get it back, so that was pretty costly. So I'm going to put a spy of my own in Zanzibar to work towards helping me in there, and I'm going to continue with the other 2, and I'm going to keep a spy in Vienna because I keep getting poked in Vienna and they keep trying to screw with me. So I'm going to keep a spy there, but yeah, they did try to do some counter stuff, and it cost me 1,000 gold to undo the damage, but I did undo the damage. Apparently, Zanzibar is having an issue with Russia and requests units, which I find weird because they're surrounded by Roman territory. That's what it says, though. That's what it said. Hold on, where'd it go? Yeah, Zanzibar is looking for assistance against Russia, and they would prefer active participation in war, but you may also secretly give them military units. Find that to be very interesting. I'm going to pledge to protect them, and since Russia's my friend, that may be enough to just kind of get them to back off. Oh, that's right, I finished the Pentagon too, so let's go ahead and upgrade these 2 units so that they're more effective. But yeah, so that's kind of what happened with that. It's kind of weird. Okay. But anyway, so I have a ton of uranium, and I'm not really making a lot of, like, nuclear bombs or whatever. So I plan on making a lot of these nuclear plants instead, and that'll give me a lot more stuff, except for cities like here where by the time I finish it, the game will be done. So there's not really a whole lot of use. Once you get towards the end of the game, there's only so much you can really do or accomplish. It's just, you know that the end is coming, so there's just not really a whole lot of point for building most things. There you go. See? Catherine made peace with Zanzibar. I knew that would work. So, that's good. That's good. And now Genoa longs for culture. The game will be over by the time that happens. And my peace treaty has ended. Yeah. Hopefully they don't try to start any more crap. I would prefer to not just to be war-free for the rest of this game and just have that be that. But, you know, they could attack now. So, peace is over, and I have my subs in position, so I will continue to pay attention to my borders. If I see a whole bunch of troops enter the water all of a sudden, I'll be the one to take initiative. I'll declare war on him just so I can start sinking those vessels. I'm not going to let him get to, like, my borders and then declare war on me or some crap like that. So, keep an eye on that guy, because he definitely can't be trusted. He's a bit ridiculous at times. I'm gonna park that boat over there, and I did meet my goal, which was getting somewhere between 2020 and 2025 for this video, because now I actually have, for this video, I basically completed 23 turns, which means next video I have to do more than that. So there's a lot more to get accomplished for the last video, or what I was trying to make the last video, and it may end up not being the last video. I may have to squeeze in the grand finale on Monday, so I guess we'll just have to keep waiting to see how that turns out. But I would like to thank you for watching once again, and yeah, things have kind of shaped up here. We're not doing too bad, so yeah, I think we're in good position. I'm trying to think of what I want to do with this worker. I guess he's gonna have to go somewhere. Way the hell down here, I guess. So thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Laters.